Hello, my name is Mrs. Nay, and I've been Ms. Turner's student teacher in the library this spring. Today, I'm going to share a few recommendations if you're looking for a new book to read. You'll see a gold star on some of these slides, and this means that the author will be at the Teen Book Festival in Rochester this May. The Teen Book Festival, or TBF for short, is a chance to meet some of your favorite authors, hear them speak about their work, and maybe snag an autograph or two. It's a ton of fun, and I know because I went last year. If you're interested in going, see Ms. Turner for more information and to get a permission slip. Feed by M.T. Anderson. In the not-too-distant future, there are no more clouds. Just clouds, trademarked. Artificial replacements due to all the pollution. Almost every American is hooked up to the FeedNet, able to access vast databases of music, entertainment, games, and other virtual reality distractions thanks to a device implanted directly into their bodies. Huge corporations watch your every move on the FeedNet, gathering data about your likes, dislikes, shopping habits, friends, and enemies. In fact, the corporations run pretty much everything in the future, from the government to school. Trademarked. And for Titus, this is perfectly normal. But things change when he meets Violet on a spring break trip to the moon. She's unlike anyone Titus knows. Critical, curious, questioning. When an anti-feed activist hacks into their feeds, which temporarily deactivates them, the entire course of Titus's life, and Violet's, is changed forever as they begin to make decisions that could mean the difference between life and death. If you enjoy this thrilling science fiction novel, you can meet M.T. Anderson at TBF. Race by Mark Aronson. The forms make it look so simple. Check this box if you're white, check this box if you're African American. Hispanic? Well, that's this box right over there. But what does it really mean to be a part of a race? Is that even a real thing? Why do people think some races are better than others? Where did racial stereotypes come from? And why are people still afraid of other people if their skin color is just a few shades lighter or darker? And most troubling of all, why have so many people in history been enslaved, murdered, or denied their political or social rights on the basis of race? In this fascinating look through history, historian Mark Aronson tackles these questions and a lot more, exploring how the idea of race has changed over time. He deals with a lot of really deep subjects, but it's remarkable how easy to read and fascinating it is. Everybody Sees the Ants by A.S. King. Lucky may be his name, but he's anything but lucky to be favorite target number 1 for Nader McMillan, the school's worst bully, whose life mission is to make Lucky's life miserable. Things aren't that much better at home either. Dad has never been quite right. Not since Grandpa went off to fight in Vietnam and didn't return. And Mom just pretends everything is fine, when clearly it's not. So night after night, Lucky escapes into his dreams, wild, adventurous, and dangerous dreams in the war-torn jungles of Laos. Uniquely compelling, this novel straddles the line between reality and fantasy. You're really not quite sure what's real and what's not. Dark, but also very funny. Totally unique. This is one of author A.S. King's best. And now, check out this book trailer for Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children by Ransom Riggs.
There. You ready for bed now?
No. Tell me a story.
You want to hear about the children? Okay. Once upon a time, on an island, on the other side of the world, there lived some very peculiar children. They all lived together in a big old house. It was an enchanted place where no one could find them. And the sun shone every day. They were so happy.
What were they like?
They were not like other people. They could do amazing things.
Like what?
Well, let's see here. And there was a little boy who you couldn't see at all unless he was wearing clothes. And another one who could hold fire in her bare hands as if it was nothing. There was a pair of sisters who could talk to each other without ever saying a word. And a girl who could walk without her feet even touching the ground. She was so light, they had to tie a string around her middle to keep her from floating away. And they were all watched over by a wise old bird.
Did they have to stay there?
Yes, they did. Because they were hiding.
Hiding from what? Grandpa, when will you tell me the rest?
One day. One day.
Perfectly creepy and wildly creative, there's a good reason that book has been so popular over the last few years. And if you've read this one, be sure to check out Hollow City, which is its sequel. Shannon Hale, Dangerous. Until now, Maisie Danger Brown hasn't lived up to her name. She's a homeschooled physics and astronomy nerd with an artificial arm and a pretty quiet life in the suburbs of Salt Lake City, Utah. But when she is chosen to go to a NASA-like astronaut camp, life takes a sharp turn towards adventure. Maisie and her team get selected to go up into a space elevator, which would be exciting enough, even without the alien encounter that gives Maisie and her teammates incredible superpowers. Suddenly, danger seems to be the perfect fit. Action-packed and fast-paced, this book will leave you breathless. It's also a standalone novel, which is kind of great if you've burned out on series. It's perfect for fans of sci-fi, comic books, and superheroes. Bruiser by Neil Shusterman. Tennyson, hulking, broody, and a total loner, is furious when his twin sister Bronte starts dating Bruiser Rollins. He's from the wrong side of town, the wrong type of family, and he's definitely all wrong for Bronte. Tennyson's worst suspicions seem to be confirmed when he spots Bruiser in the locker room, covered in bruises and welts. But Bronte refuses to listen to her brother. As time passes, Tennyson and Bronte discover Bruiser's secret, which you'll have to read the book to find out. The book switches between the perspectives of Tennyson, Bronte, and Bruiser, which is really cool, and Bruiser's part is written in free verse poetry. The author, Neil Shusterman, will also be a TBF. And finally, A Tree Grows in Brooklyn by Betty Smith. A Tree Grows in Brooklyn tells the story of Francie Nolan and her family, who live in Williamsburg, Brooklyn, New York City at the beginning of the 20th century. Poor but determined, the family faces heartbreak and triumph, lots of tears, and even more laughter. Though the events of the book take place more than 100 years ago, it's surprisingly easy to forget this as you're reading. Francie tells her story so honestly and with so many details that she almost seems like a real person, like someone who's really living. New York City comes alive too. It's almost another character in the book, with the sights, sounds, and smells vividly described on the page. It's like traveling through time. This book is a classic for a reason. It's fantastic. Well, I hope at least one of these books has sounded interesting to you. Come on down to the library and check them out.